What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? Yeah, y'all like that West Coast, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like that West Coast flavor I had to throw in there, you know what I mean?
Let's go back to that part, sir. I was vibing on the intro.
You like that. I just, you know what I'm saying? Just try to do a little something different up in here. What's going on, big dog? How you doing?
Doing well, sir. How's your day been?
Hey, happy Easter to you. It's been going good.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
keep it real. I've been sleeping all day. This is a time that the kids wasn't here, and whenever that's happened, me and Boo, we just lay around and chill because it's quiet. Don't
Right.
be hearing no noise, and that's rare. So anytime I get some of that rest time, I try to eat it up. You feel me? But we are back with burgers and blitzes. What's up? Let me give a shout out to everybody in the building right quick. Big Mike, and then we're gonna jump into some good quick talk, Cowboys talk. T Smooth TV, what's up with you, baby? Matt Nash, KMT, hey ho, C Burleson, 43 Flex was good with you. Like I said, Matt Nash, you was knocked out last night, KMT, but that's all right. We here today. John Jones, our new member in the house. What's up, baby? Danny Woods was what with you, and Boo Thing, of course, keep on coming in the building. The Sunday edition of Burgers and Blitzes. We did our thing last night with Boss Cowboys and BJ Nick. Shout out to them. We talked some Cowboys football, but now I got my guy. And I know you got some things to talk about, especially with this draft and the draft order, the draft picks. Now, we seen that big trade, you know, Miami, San Francisco doing all the flip-flopping and the jumping around. And you know, we hear about Kyle Shanahan and you know what kind of quarterback he's going to get. You know, with San Francisco jumping up and moving up into that third pick and Miami down at that sixth pick now, what do you kind of think is really going to kind of happen with this draft with these quarterbacks, you know, with these pro days? I know you were talking about as a bunch of smokescreen with Mac Jones, you know,
I
being
refuse.
third.
I refuse to
Yeah,
believe it. I refuse.
I, I,
I
I don't
refuse
believe.
to believe it. If it actually if Kyle Shanahan actually trades up for Mac Jones, that will be the most arrogant "my scheme will work" pick in the history of the NFL. That is insane. He is literally Bonky 2.0.
Yeah, for real.
He's weak
That's
outside the numbers. He has a poop noodle. He's good at he's solid progressions, but he's not like
that's somebody you can get later,
yeah, that's not a trade up guy. That's not what
right?
you don't
You
no.
don't trade up for somebody regular he could be a quarterback, starting quarterback, but when you trading up mass picks and getting rid of first rounders and this and that, you're getting a special type guy, you feel, in
Yeah.
your opinion, correct?
Like I said, like I tweeted the other day, I refuse to believe it. The only reason I think they're talking about not so much smoke has been going around the San Francisco Mac Jones thing is
Uh-huh.
he's desperately trying to get the Jets to pull a jet and take Mac. Oh, if Kyle Shanahan likes Mac Jones, maybe we're wrong here. Maybe we should do a jet thing and take Matt Jones or even Fields. That way, Lawrence, he's trying to get one of those there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not sure that they're
Who,
going to
who do you think? Who do you think he likes?
Wilson.
He
Does not
wants
now
Wilson.
does it not make sense?
Yeah, Wilson does make total sense to San Francisco. That makes total sense.
That's what they're missing. They're missing
Mm-hmm.
the X factor at quarterback.
They're missing that dynamic guy at cornerback. Like Garoppolo's just a guy. He's a good quarterback, but he's just a guy. He's just a guy.
He's a jag, man. He's
They
Matt
they
Ryan.
they
He's
found out he's
yeah,
just a guy.
and
And
he can't stay
stay
healthy.
healthy, right? He can't stay healthy. And just like you said, well, go ahead and put some more money in the holler if you're talking about them headphones, man. Go ahead on. But hey, yeah, but that would if San Francisco got Wilson, yeah, that changes the game right there for them. Because now Shanahan can open up that whole playbook and go ridiculous with it, right?
Yeah. And you don't have to pay so much in your offense. Like you can kind of because he can create off script. You can kind of move him around. You don't have to have so much invested up front. You know when that time comes. It's just the Mac. I refuse to believe it, man. It just doesn't make sense. Like, and I even like Mac Jones, but you don't. No. He's got a soft arm. He has I'll be honest with you. He has the same arm. Joe Burrow has the same arm. The difference is Joe Burrow's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow has the same poop noodle. He's soft outside the numbers and he struggles to push it deep down the post. They both have the same issues. The difference is one of them can move. That's why Joe Burrow went 101. And he had Joe Brady, which is another thing. But
right. Well, we're gonna see now. You get to that 4th pick with Atlanta, and then you're getting near that 6th pick with Miami. Now, what's your kind of thoughts with that? What do you think of Atlanta do? Do you think they still, because we know they need a quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they get a dynamic quarterback, to your point, then they don't. When you get a dynamic quarterback, you just said it, and I would agree with you. When you get a dynamic quarterback, then you don't need that crazy, nasty offensive line. You want a good offensive line, but you don't have to go crazy because that franchise quarterback can do things. We've seen it with Dak.
Shout out to my homie Joey Ikes. Sacks are a quarterback stat.
Yeah, and we saw when Dak, before he went down, he had Steele and he had Brandon Knight out there, and he was still turning up. We were getting 40 points. Yes, we know it was kind of crazier, but we know Dak could still improvise because he was moved up to that upper echelon of top tier quarterback. You feel me, Mike? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, where do you think Atlanta really goes now, in your opinion?
Would it not be the most Atlanta thing ever to not move on from an old player just because they're kind of like Dallas is, where they should
don't want to hurt they don't want to hurt Matt Ryan's feelings,
and they should have moved on from Julio Jones 2 years ago. But
right?
They didn't. They gave him another contract, even though for some odd, and that's why Tommy D got fired. But would it not be the most Atlanta thing ever just to pretend that Matt Ryan isn't a fossil and just to take Kyle Pitts?
Man, and that's what everybody's talking about. Do you really think
a running back? Because they are
they going to do that now. If they do that, bruh, somebody need to be fired in that front office if they go that route.
It is Atlanta.
It is Atlanta, and they goofy.
It's not that it's just Atlanta; it's the NFL. I've been talking about this on Twitter for a minute. Like, people keep making these mocks. They're like, in the top 10, it's all QBs and maybe one cornerback, and then Pitts and a couple wide receivers and a couple tackles. It's the NFL, man. Like, somebody's going to see Jason Owe that did that, like the kid that got no production, but as fast as all get out. Like, he runs like a scalded ape. Like, they'll take him. And you got Etienne. It's the NFL. Like, people keep putting these mocks together, and every single year
the mocks is all the way wrong.
There's something that happens. Well, it's not all the way wrong. But
something that happened that nobody thought.
There's a pick in there that throws the whole thing sideways.
Right.
And that's going to happen because it's the NFL.
Do you think that pick will be Atlanta?
No, I actually, if I was going to pick one of those, if I was going to take a team to take a goofy pick, it'd actually be Carolina.
All right,
Matt Rule's gonna take that edge that's super fast and super quick, but has no production.
Okay, so Atlanta. So do you think you don't think they really will go Pitts? Let's say they don't go Pitts. What do you think they do if they don't go Pitts? If they don't do the wonky pick?
So what are we doing in the top 3? We're gonna do.
Got Jacksonville.
Lawrence is gone.
Yep.
Fields is gone. Wilson's gone.
Wilson's gone. Those 3 guys are gone.
We're at number 4, and who win it?
So you had Lawrence and Fields and Wilson are gone. Trey Lance is still there. Mac Jones is still there.
I think they would take the tackle, bud. I really do.
You think they'll take the tackle, Sewell?
I either the tackle or Pitts, because they believe in Matt Ryan.
Right.
For some reason. They really, really do, which is goofy. Like, Matt Ryan, that's one of the funniest nicknames that's ever happened in the history of the NFL, by the way. That Matty Ice monitor. That dude can't wait to choke. He can't wait.
He can't win shit, dog. He can't win shit, dog. And you know what's even worse? Atlanta can't never win nothing in nowhere. No Braves, no Falcons, no Hawks, no nothing. Atlanta's just, they always choking.
And so he went to Courage, a cowardly dog.
You feel me? So he went in there and fit perfect with the choking theme. You get what I'm saying? Well, but like you said, they believe in him though. They still think he can get it done.
I'm not trying to throw stones in the last house because I do live in Dallas and we are fucking literally choke town. We can't win shit over here either. So, we were a pot fly away from a World Series.
Right, but still, 28-3, that'd been hard for me to see if the Cowboys did something like that. Like, it has happened, but still.
They try to blame Shanahan. I'm like, what?
Yep.
And that's
So
why
let's say
that ties back into the thing. I can't believe that Shanahan's trading up for another bus driver.
right,
He's lost 2 Super Bowls because of that.
right.
And I know people are getting mad at me. Matt Ryan's going to the Hall. Matt Ryan is
Come on, dog. I ain't nobody's hating on no Matt Ryan, but
no.
Matt Ryan is
He's just
okay.
he's
He's good, but he
Tony.
ain't great,
He's Tony
and we all
Romo.
know that. Everybody knows that about Matt Ryan, dog.
He's Tony Romo.
For real, he really is. Great talent, but you know Matt Ryan ain't never win nothing. He had the one opportunity. He had the one opportunity to do it. That was his one opportunity, and he ain't never going to get an opportunity again. That was it.
No, no.
It is
And then-
over for Matt Ryan, dog. That's
Atlanta-
why you should be smart and move on, because it's over for Matt Ryan. It's over.
I just can't picture it. Until they do it. I won't believe that they're going to do it. I refuse to.
Think so?
Until they do it, I would literally be shocked if I had to put money on them taking, like, say, Lance or somebody like that, or even Mac Jones. If San Francisco doesn't pull the bonehead shit, I can't see it, man.
Well, let's say we'll see it. Let's say they went and got the tackle Sewell. All right.
Yeah.
So now they get the tackle Sewell. So you got Jacksonville, Jets, and Niners, all quarterbacks. Atlanta gets Sewell. Cincinnati Bengals.
Pitts.
Do you think they would get Pitts? They're not going to get Jamar Chase?
The Cincinnati Bengals are taking Kyle Pitts if he's there. Put that in your safety deposit box. And
all right, y'all hear it first.
If I'm wrong, I'll PayPal all you 2 cents because that's how much I care.
Cash at me the 2 cents.
Yeah, they are going to take Kyle Pitts if he's there.
All right, so you got Sewell gone now. Bengals take Kyle Pitts. Miami Dolphins, do they go Jamar Chase?
Kind of have to, unless you take a quarterback. That's the fun one.
They're not going to take a quarterback if those guys are gone. You don't think they do no trade, Lance? That's crazy.
I mean,
you don't think they believe in Tua?
I guess I'm the hater here. Have we seen?
I know how you go. You get on Tua like he's almost like a Kyle Murray type. But give him a chance. He only played a little bit.
Hey! Don't disrespect Tua like that. He was better than Kyler Murray.
Okay, I know how you be getting on. I know how you be
getting. That's a bad quarterback. He's a garbage quarterback.
I know you be getting on him, but Tua got a small sample. So, do you think they do the Jamar Chase thing because it's an offensive pick?
It makes sense.
It makes sense, right?
He's a beast. I would. But I'm the idiot that would take Jalen Waddle. I have Jalen Waddle as my number 1 wide receiver, and people get mad at me about that because
I mean, he's fast, but he's little.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
so
is Tyreek Hill. So
I know, but he's not
little. He's not Devontae Smith little.
Yeah, I know he's not, but he's still little. But Tyreek Hill is a different because he's thicker. You feel me? He's you know what I'm talking about. He's thickly built. He can take the hits.
Tyreek Hill built like a pineapple.
You feel dog, he built like a Mack truck, dog. So he can do, you feel me? I worry, and that's what we was talking about yesterday. Shout out to my dog, Floyd Puryear, with the $2 holla donation. But it's different because those guys, just like with Smith, they nasty, but they're a different size. Okay. Mm-hmm. And when those guys get hurt, they stay hurt longer than the average player because it's true because you're small. I played, and when a smaller player gets hurt, they tend, especially if you're talking about NFL, then they have knick-knack injuries a little bit more than the regulars.
I don't give a shit what size you are. I'm in a firm belief that there's 2 types of players. There's hurt guys or there's non-hurt guys. It don't matter what size you are. It doesn't. LVE's built like a whole ass warehouse. That dude's been hurt literally every single year of 11-man football.
But we also seen guys that never get hurt in college, and then all of a sudden they get to the pros and they're hurt all the time. We've seen that too. We've seen that. I can name Matt Johnson right now. My dog, Matt Johnson, when he came out of college, he
Well,
had one little injury, and
that's
then he
what you
came
get
to
for
the NFL.
that's what you get for picking a white safety. You should have you should have known better.
No, that's my dog. That's my dog. Hey, Matt would have been nice if he wouldn't have got hurt.
That is also an outlier. I mean, usually if guys are hurt in college, they are hurt in the pros. It's just hurt guys stay hurt. It's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. Like, and they want to talk about, this you can't pick a small guy because he's going to get hurt, like the quarterback issue. Ben Roethlisberger gets smashed, dude. That dude's made out of Fabergé eggs at this point, and he's massive.
Yeah,
you either get hurt or you don't, and some people are blessed, some others aren't.
Well, let's say they went ahead and got Chase at 6. Then you got the Lions.
Uh-huh.
Where do the Lions go, do you think?
Ooh,
do they go defense?
No, that's Trey Lance.
That's Trey Lance?
Yep.
Okay. So that makes sense. That I don't disbelieve that. So let's say Trey Lance drops.
Are you rolling with Goff? If you're rolling with Goff,
you're not rolling with Goff. They already restructured his damn contract, didn't they?
If you're rolling with Goff, then you sell the damn team.
They know they're not rolling with Goff, so that would make sense with the Trey Lance right there. Carolina Panthers, you said that could be the weird pick. What do the Carolina Panthers do? You already got the quarterbacks off board.
That's Pitts what makes me think they're going to take the edge because they're going to get sniped. They're thinking quarterback. They're going to get sniped with a Trey Lance pick.
So you think they go off the edge? And what's his name?
Jason Owe. Lord forbid me if I'm pronouncing it right.
And that's the cat from Texas, correct?
No, it's
no. Oh, is he an offensive lineman?
No, he's a defensive. He's an edge rusher. He ran a super fast 40, super fast 3 cone.
I ain't been paying attention.
He had 0 sacks in 2020. He had 4.5. But I'm terrible with names. Like he had.
I know the name, but I just ain't really paying attention.
Jason Jaysonoweha.
Oh yes, from Penn State.
Penn State. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
okay. Yes, from Penn State. Okay.
Out here making a fool of myself, but
okay.
He's an athlete like all hell.
I remember now. Yep. Ooh. So let's say they went wonky and did that, right? Denver Broncos.
Surtain.
For sure. You thinking they're going Surtain?
Who else is there? What else do you do? The
tackle's gone. You don't think they would jump out and get a Farley because they already got a Kyle Fuller.
No. Oh, you're talking about like wait until the second to get Farley?
No, I'm saying, would you think they would jump out early and get a Farley because knowing that they just got traded some players already got some guys in
Farley's not going in the first round, bud.
Okay.
Not with that back issue. It's not happening.
Even with that good 40 ran?
They did. I mean, it did more power to them. If you want to take bad back guy, backs don't get better, man. We talk about hurt
I know
guys,
that. We know that.
Backs don't get better.
But you also know that this is a weird league and they do weird shit. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, that's a scenario we're running down here. That would be, man, that would be a shocker, but I would think they would take Horn before Farley.
Right. Okay. So here we go. Let's say, here we go. So our board has already been, so y'all listen to this. So we go Jacksonville. We're just throwing the quarterbacks' names out there. We ain't put them in no particular order. Let's just say Jacksonville goes Lawrence. Let's say the Jets go, who was it? Wilson?
Yeah. The first 3 picks are Lawrence, Wilson, and Fields. Period.
Right.
Until proven otherwise, it's
right. Lawrence, Wilson, and Fields. Then Atlanta, we say takes Sewell. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati takes Pitts. Miami takes Chase. Detroit takes Lance. Carolina takes the kid from Penn State, the edge rusher. Denver goes Surtain. Now you got the Cowboys right here sitting with Slater, Horn, or who else? Do you think they trade down or they go with Slater or Horn?
Waddle's there, bud.
And Waddle. I don't think they do Waddle. My opinion, Mike. I think they're
This
only
team,
going to do. Listen.
I know they wouldn't. This team needs some speed
I know that. I know
so
they
bad.
do.
We need it so bad.
So KMT is asking. I'm gonna post your question up here to KMT because I'm just about right here. This is the board where we're saying that this board. We're going with this board, okay, Mike. We're saying this board happens like this, okay. So now we're coming in, and KMT, if you're the JM, he asked. So you already told me your pick. You got Waddle, you had Horn, and you got Slater. You taking Waddle at the 10th pick. If you're the GM, Mike. Mike is taking him. Me, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking because I'm not hating on Slater, but I don't know if he's 10th all world guy. JC Horn I love, but I don't want a corner at 10.
They're not going to take an opt out guy. They're not going to do it.
They're not going to take Horn.
They're not going to take an opt out guy. No. So that
Horn played 2020.
I know. I'm narrowing down the list, but
okay, I got you. Well, you said Waddle. I said if I'm the GM, I'm going back and forth, Mike, with this Waddle Slater thing because I want speed, but that size worries me at 10. And how much is it? If I get him at 10, though, Mike, he got to play a lot at 10. He can't be my fourth receiver.
So
he can't be my fourth receiver, Mike, at 10.
People want to call it mental gymnastics or roster gymnastics when you take the guy at 10. My issue is you're taking, in my opinion, it's a better prospect there at 10. And then you have to figure out something to do to make your defense better. You're trading that 22 first round pick and maybe Michael Gallup if that's what it takes, and you're going to go get a player on an NFL roster right now. Not a prospect. You're not trading back up in the first round. You're going to go get an actual player. And people say who? Well, those trades happen all the time. The guy's never for sale until you find out about a week before it happens, and all of a sudden he's gone. Until, unless Jalen Ramsey does the back thing. You have to, if you take Waddle, you have to take that 22 first round pick and figure out something to do to get some coverage on this team.
Yeah, I think just for me, if I had those three options, I would go Slater. Just me.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
I would just go Slater. And here's my thing. I'm not jumping up and down. I like Slater. I think he's a really good player. I'm not jumping up and down. I don't know if he's generational. I don't think he's that. I think he's a good player. Horn, I love. But like I said, I don't want no corner at 10. I like Surtain a lot too, but I don't want him at 10. And then, what's up?
Danny, we've been through this several times. Like maybe not you, but I don't know if your first time on the stream. The reason I'm trying to trade Gallup is they are going to lose him next summer. They are going to lose him for a 2023 comp pick. He's gone.
Yeah, we know that.
So
but it seems like Stephen Jones or them are cool with it. It seems like the Joneses are always cool with just taking the comp picks and trying to ride this out. That's why I feel like, we've been both adamant about the Gallup thing, but we both know with the Joneses, at least we think that they're going to try to ride this out and say Super Bowl or bust this year and try to get, if they got an offensive player, like let's say a Pitts, they'll say, well, no, or even a Waddle. No, we ain't going to do that. We want to ride this out and try to do a Super Bowl with Gallup.
Yeah, Jacksonville basically got better. They almost got as much for Bouye in the trade as we got for the comp pick for Byron Jones. So, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Now let me jump tracks right quick. KJ right in the building. Does he sign?
Is he in the building?
No, I'm just saying the mutual talk back and forth, not in the building.
The only thing I know mutual is the only mutual talk I know that's going on is Mike Fisher talking to KJ Wright.
I mean, I said this, that he wasn't going to come here for the simple fact when he left Seattle, he said no hometown discounts. So if he said no hometown discounts, he can say how much all he wants is how much he loves the organization, how much he loves the Cowboys, how much it'd be a dream for him to play. That don't matter when you're 32 years old. And
KJ Wright is just another guy that doesn't want to retire, that's using Dallas to keep his name in the news. The only reason that this is even a thing is Mike Fisher's been cut out of the loop since Jason Garrett left, and he's been calling KJ Wright every day, try to keep and putting out articles 3 times a day. And that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. They're not going to KJ $1 million a year. You going to pay $11 million for a damn 32-year-old off the ball linebacker? You better go on get it. I'm not even picking up LVE's fifth year option, and it's like 11.9.
Well, that's what I said. Stephen Jones ain't going to do that.
We're 30, maybe 29, 30 days away from that 5th year option. They're hoping quietly just kind of sneaks on by, like I have been talking about for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
You haven't heard anything about that. That 5th year option is literally, I think I have to look at the timeline. If we're 30 days, it's not 31.
Hey, and let's get them likes. So we got 78 in the chat. 78 in the chat. We only got 28 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get them likes. So we know how we do up in here. Get them likes up. If you're in here and you're listening, you should be liking it. Go ahead and give that like button, man. Mike's over here spitting that knowledge. We talking that good stuff right here. But what I was saying, so we ain't talking about the option. So no KJ Wright. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Now you've been talking about Dylan. Is it Moss? Dylan
Moses?
Dylan Moses from the linebacker from Alabama. I do think, listening to you, especially by the way he's been injured and he's been, potential. That sounds Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Injured, potential, Dallas. That's what it sounds like. Now, do you have any other player right now that would be a pick that ain't nobody kind of talking about that Dallas kind of has their eye on?
I mean, they've liked Zayvon Collins since September, but I think that his pro day is going to put him outside of 44. I think Zayvon Collins is going to go. I think Zayvon Collins is going to go in the first round. I don't think he should go in the first round. He should never pick an off the ball linebacker in the first round, but he's probably going to go in the first round.
But they like him.
Yeah, they do.
Would he fit the system? You said he wouldn't.
I bet. Like I was talking about that earlier this week. I've been kicking it around, and they won't do it. And that's my issue, is they're going to have 54 on the field. I would put Zayvon Collins at will linebacker.
Because he has the athletic ability to do it?
He could be middle linebacker, too, if he wants to, because freaking LVE is going to be down by week 6.
And they need to have some guys that are who are gonna be the future. I've been talking about this, Mike, right quick before you finish. I've been saying this, that Cowboys need to start being able to recognize if your draft pick wasn't the pick, then go ahead and just move on and stop trying to keep on delaying it and keep on saying, oh, well, let him get with this coach and then he's going to be different. It is what it is at this point. If you get some guys in here that are good young linebackers and they're better than your guys, then you need to say it's over with these guys. That experiment was over. It didn't work. And let's go ahead and move on. You said maybe it's Zayvon Collins. I like Baron Browning. There's other. What do you think of Nick Bolton? Because he's dropping. Do you think he would be a good pick for Dallas at linebacker? Would you like a Nick Collins?
I like Browning. He's super raw.
I love Browning.
He'll definitely be there at 44.
Mm-hmm.
Zayvon Collins. I have a
Zayvon Collins. Well, yeah.
I have a severe doubt that Zayvon Collins will be there at 44. And he's been one of my favorite players.
You've been A1 day one with him. You've been A1 day one with him.
He's just an athlete, man. He was a quarterback. He's a punt returner. He's just a freaking athlete. And then he ran that 4.6, 4.40, and I'm like, that's one of my biggest trusted tape moments I've ever had in my life.
But you know what though, Mike? We also know that guys play.
What's that dude play? And tell me Zayvon Collins runs a 4.64.
But see, please. That's what I was about to say, though. Some guys may be time speed, and I was saying this yesterday, even about Richie Grant. I like Richie Grant at safety. I like him. I think he is a player. And then he timed at like 4.54. That don't matter because when you watch him play, he don't play 4.54. He plays fast. He plays instinctual. He plays quick. So you can see guys that have that tape, but when you see him on the field, it's different. We've seen that time and time again. So that could be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying with that, even with the Zayvon Collins thing, for real, if we being honest.
Oh, KMT, don't disrespect Zayvon Collins like that, but he's not bigger Jabril Peppers. Just no, sir. No,
who is he talking about? I think he might be talking about Richie Grant.
Oh.
Because Richie Grant is like about 5'11", 200.
Yeah, Richie Grant has a position. Jabril Peppers didn't have a position.
Yeah, and I don't care. I like Richie Grant. I think he's a good player.
I do too.
I think
I
he's a
take him.
good player.
I'll take Richie Grant 44 in a heartbeat. I don't give a shit about that 40. That's
I'm
another thing.
telling you, I like
Watch his tape. Watch his tape. That ain't no slow. That's not a slow player. That is
dog.
not a
Richie
slow.
Grant is nice. I don't care what anybody tell me. If there's other good safeties out there, that's fine. But I can like other good safeties, and I'ma still like Richie Grant. I like Richie Grant. I think he's a player.
If I'm going to
And
be honest, so I'm going to go back to I've been talking about 44.
mm-hmm.
Dude, Christian Barmore falling to 44 would be my dream.
Oh, that definitely, yeah. If Christian Barmore fell at 44, yeah, you definitely should do that one.
That's
you definitely do that.
Like all day. Like it's
that's a no brainer.
It'd be stupid as hell to do it. Like I know
Why?
this team. No. Like this team needs DT so bad that if they took him at 10, I would just take my medicine. Like
right. But that's the same thing. But that's the same thing. But you feel me though? That's the same thing. And I want you to answer this right quick from Marcellus Melendez when he said, "What do you think about Nick Bolton?" And I'm gonna ask you this question: what do you think about Nick Bolton?
44 middle linebacker, a little too slow, bad in coverage. I mean, he's kind of just a slower Zayvon Collins.
But he is instinctual. He's a tackling machine.
Yeah,
he's a football player.
Yeah,
he's a football player.
Yeah, Nick Bolton's going to get you a bunch of tackles 10 yards downfield.
Now I want to ask you this. Now I hope it didn't leave my head. We were just talking to Christian Barmore. That's what I was talking about when you said you take some medicine. You got him at 10. That's the way I feel with these corners, like Surtain and them. I think they're really good corners, but I just don't want them at 10. Just like when I like Diggs, I love Diggs, but I liked him better when he went in the second round than the first round. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thinking and my thought. These guys that I like it better in the second, not in that first pick. That's that pick I just don't want, because that's that pressure pick, Mike. You come in at 10, that's that pressure pick. You got to produce now. It ain't no let's wait and see and let's see how we're going to fit you in there at 10. You better be playing. Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Vondell, you're talking about Marvin Williams. I don't like him, and I damn sure don't like that half the scouts are up there looking at him. Half the scouts, half the damn team was up there looking at him. He's another Tristan Hill. He's an undersized defensive tackle. I don't like it.
Are you talking about Marvin Williams or Milton Williams?
Marvin Williams.
Who is Marvin Williams from?
Milton Williams. He spelled it's Milton Williams. They were up there.
Milton. Yeah, it's Milton.
Yeah, they were up there looking at him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Milton Williams, I wouldn't mind getting him later. You got to get an edge rush release once a year. I wouldn't mind him at an edge late.
He's Tyrone Crawford, man. He's just another. He doesn't have he can't play edge. He can't play DT.
What about you know who I like as an edge rusher? I really been going hard on the edge because I've been looking at what I feel like Cowboys really need to get. But an edge rusher I like that wasn't super productive in college was Janoris Robinson from Florida State. I love him. If you can get him later because nobody is talking about him because he was not productive, I'm telling you, I think he'd be better in the pros. And that dude be an animal off the edge. I'm telling you. Just watch him.
I'm so tired of talking about edge with this team.
Come on, you answer these questions, dog. I got a bunch of questions. A lot of people asking.
I mean,
what do you think about Marvin Wilson, dog? That's my guy I love from Florida State.
He's heavy. Just anybody, man. Like I'm not gonna hate it. Like anybody outside of 10, if you're gonna pick an actual defensive tackle, like and use some action, like an actual player, yes, I'm for it. We've been free safety and defensive tackle. We've been begging about for 30 damn years, man. I'm tired of it. Just pick one. Pick one. I guarantee.
But here's the thing, Mike. Let's switch over to Dan Quinn because we're talking about that. Now I've been talking about the Dan Quinn effect. You had Hooker, you had KZ. KZ comes in, signs. Of course, he's cheaper also, but I still feel like Dan Quinn wanted him because he's familiar with what he wants to do.
And then not healthy. That's why.
I feel you on that, but I still feel like them playing together helps.
He didn't pass the.
I know he didn't, but I'm just saying, even if they did, I still think they may have listened to him. You got Neal in the building, okay? Do you think they're going to really let him in his first year in the building? Do you think they're going to let him be in that war room and say, hey, I like this pick, okay? Let's go get this pick for him. You think they're going to let him?
For the reasons you just listed, they paid more attention to the safety position in 1 week of free agency than they have in the last 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
They've always let the defensive coach have a big stick in the war room, and the fact of the matter is, Rod Marinelli is an awful talent evaluator, and that's why we're in the state we're in. And that's why the scouts left when Marinelli was here. Because they spent 11 months at a minimum working on this draft board and working on talent and working on setting everything up. And then 10 days before the draft, I like that under tackle. What?
Right.
How would you feel?
I'd be mad as shit if we did all this scouting and y'all told us to go do this and we found this player and all of a sudden this guy comes in and says, I want Tristan Hill.
If you have landscapers, do you go outside and tell them how to trim your bushes? No, man.
Exactly. What up, Uncle? Shout out to Uncle Charles in the building. Well, I mean, so we know Dan Quinn loves the safety and we know he loves the defensive tackle. So do you think that's going to get? Do you think you get a couple defensive tackles out of this draft?
If I had to put money on it, I would put $100 with you right now that at 44 they will. If the talent's there, they're not like I would assume they're not going to force a need. At 44, they're going to take a defensive tackle or a safety.
I believe that as well. So let's say Barmore is gone, right? What defensive tackle do you think they go in second? Okay, what safety?
I don't have a backup plan. Not yet. I'm still putting everything together, bud.
Because I'm thinking, because I believe they are going to go D tackle safety. Okay, you don't think they touch corner at 44 if they didn't touch it in the first? Like if they got Slater as the pick?
Oh, that's different. That's different. That's
okay.
Different.
Let's say they went Slater at the pick, then they're hitting corner at 44.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to.
And then hit D tackle in the third.
Yeah. And you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something.
Safety.
You're gonna have to do something free agent wise with the defensive tackle position. You're gonna have to. You have to. Who else? What are you gonna do? Gallimore and Hill?
Well, I'm saying.
Is that what you're gonna do?
That's what they want to do, though, Mike.
That I doubt it. That's what I'm saying. Not with everywhere that Quinn's been, he's had a damn slobber knocker mouth breather up there in the right in the middle of that defense.
So do you think they could get a big boy like, the Tyler Shelvin? He didn't have the greatest pro day. He dropped. He's like 6'3", 350. Do you think they go that size?
Yeah, I'm all about that. But get him date like 4th round, something like because.
Would he be your first? Now I feel you on that because I'm about to drop a video on Tyler Shelvin. Now, what I was saying was this though, Mike. You said get him in the 4th round. Would they get a D tackle first and then come back and get him next? Because I think Quinn will want another athletic defensive tackle, not just one big boy. That's it in the draft.
I would be surprised if they doubled up on DT.
I feel like they will. Because if you go, I'm not saying this, but if I look, he hasn't been the guy that's been when he's been the defensive line coach. Whenever he's been somewhere at the defensive line coach, they always get 2 defensive tackles minimum when he's near that roster.
Yeah. I mean,
because I would love a Shelvin later, like you said, but I would want a guy like a Marvin Wilson that can play both, and then get a guy like Shelvin who was just strictly this spot. That's why I would want 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I would be surprised if they do it.
Right.
It would be a pleasant surprise. I don't see them doing it with. You need a free safety. You need a cornerback. You need a linebacker. You need a defensive tackle. Like. You know what I mean? I don't draft for need inside at the first 2 rounds. Outside of that, man, you're throwing darts in the dark. The draft is 3 rounds long.
Right.
When you're picking in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, what you're picking is you're picking a guy that went to a small school who is undersized or this, that, and the other, or you're picking a guy who maybe has talent, but he's got drug arrest and he choked his pregnant girlfriend, or, like that's what you're getting out there. You're taking it's low risk, high reward situations.
Yeah. It's like I said, that 10th pick, Mike. Do you think they'll trade out of it?
I don't know.
Like if let's say, because this is me, okay.
There could be
Tell
a
me if
if there's a quarterback there. I think the phone will ring.
think so. Now let me ask you this. Okay, so this is why I say would they trade out of the pick just by some wonky weird shit. I'm just throwing it out there. I think the 5 players that the Cowboys have, and let me tell you, I want your thoughts. The 5 players the Cowboys will be looking at will be Sewell, Slater, Pitts, Surtain, or Horn.
Yeah.
Those will be the 5
No,
guys. Let's
I mean that is the list. That's
that's the
that's the list.
list.
That's
That's
the
the
list.
list. So we all can assume, we all know that's the list. By chance, if all those guys, some weird shit happens and all those guys are gone before 10, do they trade out of that pick?
I mean, yeah, well, you have to.
Yeah, because why you reaching it if you do something else, aren't you? You said Waddle, but I don't think they're going Waddle.
I'm worried about Carolina trading back.
Because that's going to throw
and Atlanta. Once that ties back to them believing in Matt Ryan. Those 2 teams right there, those are the ones I'm worried about trading back. And somebody coming up,
the Atlanta and the Carolina.
Somebody coming up and snagging that, like especially Carolina, somebody coming up and snagging that corner. Because everybody and their mother, like I tell you right now, if Surtain's there at pick 10, he's the pick.
I know he's the pick.
He's like that.
He's the Surtain's the pick.
You might as well be flowing that blimp around right now. Like they're picking Patrick Surtain at 10.
Surtain is the pick.
That's would it beyond a shadow of a doubt. If he's there, he's the pick. And what's the reality of the number 1 corner going in this draft at pick 10? That's my issue.
Yeah, because you got Denver right ahead of you.
Somebody's going to come get him, man. If Denver or Carolina doesn't pick him or trade back, somebody's going to come get him. I mean, think about it. Like we were just talking about the NFL is the NFL, and shit doesn't go like everybody's. Oh, there's going to be 5 quarterbacks. It's going to be 3 wide receivers. It's going to be Pitts. It's going to be this that. No, it's not. No, it's going to be. There's going to be a pick at the top 10 that makes everybody go, oh. It's either going to be a pick or a trade, and that's what if I had to put money on Patrick Surtain being there at 10, I would not do that. That's just my personal belief. I mean, it makes sense, right?
I think Slater's going to be there.
Slater will be there.
Slater's going to be there.
If Surtain
is gone, they're going to go Slater.
Slater has a better chance of being there than Surtain.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Slater's going to be there at 10 for sure.
They'll probably pick him.
They're going to pick him, right?
Which is
if Surtain is gone, if Surtain is gone, if Denver scoops up Surtain, we keep it the way it is. Slater's going to be the pick.
Unless, man, if I would love them to take Horn over Slater. I would. I love JC Horn's attitude, man. I love that dude. He's a dog. We need more dogs. JC Horn's a dog. Dogs.
But let me ask you this, because Surtain, this is what I was saying about systems too, Mike. Don't you think Surtain is a better fit for the system that Dan Quinn runs than more of a Horn? Because Horn is more on the ball, man-to-man press, where Surtain, he can man press, but he played a lot of that cover in Alabama, and he is a very good cover zone.
They're gonna play press.
I know they're gonna press, but they also they do a lot of press bail over there too.
Yeah, and Surtain is like Alabama's defense, man. Patrick Surtain can run anything you want.
You're right.
Anything you want, and like Horn is more of a press man corner. That's because that's what they ran him out of. But
the only thing I'm gonna be honest, I've watched Surtain, I've watched 4 games just recently. And only thing I really see weakness with Surtain to me is those drag routes or those slants, because he doesn't have the quick twitchy, so you can get those slant passes. But he ain't going for no damn double moves, or he's smart. He ain't going for the dumb shit.
No,
he don't fall for it.
And Patrick Surtain it's got a little bit of a he's a cross between Cheeto and Byron Jones. Is Byron Jones really had that long top end speed where he could cover the deep post and stuff like that. Patrick Surtain's gonna doesn't get his hands on you, he's gonna those deep moves and those twitchy receivers are gonna give him issue. Cheeto was a little better with the twitchy guys where Byron Jones struggled, like OBJ and those dudes like that. When OBJ was in his prime, he ate fucking Byron Jones up.
Mm-hmm.
So T.Y. Hilton, those type guys. But I'm in the camp at pick 10. You're getting a good player. It's just ice cream. You're going to get a good player. Like assuming you make a smart pick. What Slater, Surtain, Horn, Waddle, hell, say Pitts wins up there. He's not going to, but you're getting a good player at 10. You're in. I mean, but once again, shout out to the people who hate Team Tank and you're worried about ruining the culture of the team, even though 35% of the roster is getting changed over and they fired the entire defensive staff. You wanted to win those extra couple games. We could have been set to 6. We'd be having a different conversation.
Oh, it'd be a whole different conversation at 6. That Pitts reality, that Pitts would be way more reality. That would be way more reality. But like you said, the tanking, because we've seen what people say hating on Miami, but the way they did it, they came back and did some flipping.
Yeah, Miami should have stayed put and took a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and say, give Tua a chance, man. Give Tua a chance.
Okay.
Give him a chance, dog.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, what was I going to say? As we get ready to end it out here, how do you feel about Dan Quinn now? Remember when we first talked in there, and we talked about the free agents? It's kind of the same. What's your feelings about Quinn? What's your feelings about the staff right now? McCarthy, as of right now, how do you feel? What's your pulse on the team in your opinion?
We're better off.
Same old shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the Jones boys running everything, so you got that. But I think it's a better staff than what you had at this point last year.
Yeah.
But, once again, I've said this time and time again, defensive coordinators are a product of their talent. The unemployment line is full of defensive coordinators who ran out of a job once their talent ran out, just like Dan Quinn, just like Wade Phillips, just like, you keep naming guys. Defensive coordinators are a product of their talent. Offensive coordinators, head coaches, you can do a little something with something else. We saw Kellen Moore last year. He made Andy Dalton look like he wasn't Andy Dalton for a little bit.
Right.
But you're a product of your talent. And I guess it's more of, I guess that does make you a solid defensive coordinator, because if you have a solid say in the draft room and you have a big name in acquiring talent, and that talent sucks, that's on you, bud.
Right.
So I'm about to cook some steaks. I think McCarthy's better than Jason Garrett has ever been. Mm-hmm. Like people hating on McCarthy is hilarious. People hating on Kellen Moore is hilarious. I think Joe Witt's a solid coach. Let's see what Fossil. Obviously, Fossil has a big stick in that room.
And Fossil didn't do bad last year, right? We never seen the rearranging of offensive linemen ever.
No, Fossil. No, you're thinking
not Fossil. Philbin.
Yeah, Fossil. Yeah, quietly the Cowboys special teams closed out the back half of the year in single digits in special teams DVOA, that hasn't happened in a long, long time. So,
and what about Philbin?
I mean, yeah, like you said, it took him too long to reshuffle, but that was like people were hating on Philbin and McCarthy for not moving, not moving Martin sooner. Mm-hmm. That was Stephen Jones trying to see if they had something in. I just blanked on his name. The UDFA from Texas Tech, freaking.
Steele.
Yeah, Terrence Steele. Thank you. So they maxed out his UDFA money to bring him in, and they wanted to find out if they got a swing tackle on the low, and turns out they did.
Right.
Unfortunately, there was a couple bad games there, but Terrence Steele closed out the year better than 2 tackles that were picked in the top 50. So, what else do you want from a UDFA out of Texas Tech playing in the Big 12? You threw him into the Wolves' den, and he closed out the year half well. So,
and we got to see Connor McGovern this year too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's a player. You got a
That's
player there.
I like him, and then I don't think Brandon Knight's not bad as a backup.
I'll be a ass. They like Brandon Knight as a guard.
That's what we were talking about. Brandon Knight going to guard. What about the Tide kid that they got in free agency? He's decent swing tackle, isn't he?
Yeah.
They get good offensive linemen. I think they have an eye for the offensive line. It's just that damn defensive line.
Go look at the picture. That dude looks like Jalen Smith or LeBron James had. I can't. I can't.
That's wild. You wild.
Anyway, man, I got to cook some steak. I'm about to boil some macaroni, get some macaroni and cheese going. So,
well, hey, man, I appreciate
what else? We got anything else, Bubba?
No, we hit everything because it's kind of dead period right now anyway. So we pretty much touched on everything. Just nothing, we got the draft ready to come up. I'm actually going to be at the draft the first day on the first round, so I'll actually be there. So make sure y'all just keep on tuning in to Silver and Blue Nation. Burgers and Blitzes will be jumping again this week. Hopefully some news happen. Maybe we'll see what happens, but just keep on supporting the page. Mike, make sure you let them know where they can find you on your Twitter handle, because his Twitter handle is ridiculously funny.
Not to be trite, I don't know if it shows up for you. Yep. It shows up for me, and that's my Twitter handle. That's where you can find me. I'm always on there talking nonsense.
So. Yeah, he be talking crazy. So if you want to have a good laugh, go follow him on Twitter, because he'll have your ass laughing. But it also gives some good stats that you really didn't know about. So please go follow my guy. We appreciate you again, dog, on Burgers and Blitzes. Go eat that steak, and I'll be talking to you soon, my friend.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, peace, man.
Later, Bubba.
All right. And I'm about to jump off here. I'm about to get grab me something to eat too. Boo thing just scooped up some food, man. I'm a hungry kid. Oh, you didn't get it yet? Oh, wow. I forgot. It's damn Easter Sunday. They were closed. So guess we're going to be cooking in the crib today. So Easter Sunday dinner. Okay. But just a shout out to everybody, all the support. Thank you for the support. One quick Monday, make sure tomorrow all my members are in the building. We're going to be discussing our contest that we're going to be coming up with before the draft. It's going to be 2 weeks from now. We'll be having our contest. The Lunatic, we've already got some gift cards available, $50 gift cards, as well as some other prizes that we're giving out to the members. And I'm getting there's going to be $100 gift card from Dick's Sporting Goods that's going to be given away as well. So please, members, get up in there. You know how we do when we have our members show. We go all out. We go hard. Talk to my guy. I should talk to another person, man, with this Goon Squad. I have another person who could probably get this design maybe a little better. So I'm just really going through the financials, so I haven't forgot about that. The merchandise is getting ready to come up, just closing out some things with that. But you'll hear all that in the members meeting tomorrow. You know, we do strictly for my members. So if you want to become a member, man, the low is $1.99, and we have a good time in there. We're going to be doing a lot of good things this upcoming year. I already talked to my guy with the Cowboys experience, Barry, the Godfather. We had a good conversation the last couple of days about these games. Players are still kind of leery of, having the contact, even though it's 100% in Texas. Players are still leery of having the contact with people because of COVID. But some good things are being talked about with my guy. So we're definitely going to be getting out there to these games. So definitely getting excited about that. Me and Boothang, like I said, we're going to be at the draft later on this month. We'll be there for the first round. We're trying to get these COVID shots already because we're going to be going to Hawaii to go see young Wilson, my dog. We'll be out there for like a week, kicking it out there, but trying to get this COVID shot, whatever, so we can get right there, because they're letting people, if you have the COVID shot, they're letting people, like, how they traditionally do with the draft, where you're right there. They're letting those people get in closer because you did, and you're going to have to get anyway because we're going to the mainland in Hawaii. So, just really getting ready for that, man. And like I said, become a subscriber, become a member as low as $1.99. We're going to be doing a lot of good things, man. So jump on this train. I got a video dropping tonight. Tyler Shelvin from LSU. I just been doing some research with it, watching him in some bunch of games. So that video is getting ready to drop. It hit my members first, and then you guys after there. And I'm just going to keep going hard with these videos until the draft comes up, and just players I think that will be drafted potentially by the Cowboys. So it's another Coach J film day. So please go out there and continue to support those videos. I really appreciate the support y'all been giving with these videos and the likes and the streams and all that good stuff, subscribers, all that good stuff. Things are going up, and I really appreciate you guys for doing that. So let's continue to make things great over here, man, and do the thing. Al Capone, what do you mean? I don't know about what do you mean. That's still my dog. He's just grinding, doing his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of just doing our thing. Nothing more than that. We all still got love and all that good stuff. There's nothing wrong, nothing about that. But everybody's just on that grind right now. You feel me? That's what's really going on with that. That's right now. That's on pause right now. Like I said, we all kind of got some things going on with that, and my guy Law was really, we all just kind of got some things going on, so we just kind of had to put it on pause until we took care of some things on the back end with some things. So late night height is still here. We just had to put it on pause, and that's really the best I could really say of it. Everything's all good. Just you got to sometimes put things on pause when you're trying to grind and take care of some things. So everything's still good from that aspect. So the grind is fierce from every aspect of what we're doing. So things will continue to grow. But I'm gonna tell you right now that Saturday show I'm doing with Boss, make sure you keep on tuning with that, because that's about to take off to another whole different level. What me and Boss are going to be doing. So make sure you keep on keeping your eyes on that Final Thoughts show. Because me and Boss about to take it to another level as far as what we're going to do with that show. So I think you're really, really, really going to like it, what we're about to grind with that. So just keep your eyes open, and you know what I'm saying? Training camp is coming up as well. I believe it is going to be in California again. That's where all the word is, and we're definitely going to be there. So make sure you tune into that. I'm getting this awesome camera, and it's due to you guys. You guys have helped out. I got this Mevo camera that I want to get, and it's second to none. It's so nice, and it's a portable camera, no wire. Just it's a really nice, and it can do a lot of things. So really want to have that camera for a training camp, so we can have some really, really good video, in depth. We're gonna have close shots, interviews, all that good shit. So my dog Law is gonna be there as well. We're gonna be coordinated, being there at the same time. So we'll be there the whole time together. So just make sure you be there for that. So the grind is real, man. The grind is real, and the grind is fierce. So happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter to your families. Hope you had a good Easter. Take care of your loved ones. Give them hugs and kisses and all that good stuff. And we'll be talking to you again soon. We're going to ride out to Kid Columbus, and how about them Cowboys, man? And it is. How about them Cowboys? Right, the draft is right around the corner, so we'll see what happens. But remember, become a member as low as $1.99. Become a subscriber. Continue to support the page like no other. And let's do this thing, man. Severn Blue Nation. Big Game James. I'm out. Peace. We'll talk to you soon.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bangle, snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the, goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. them Cowboys. Click like Cowboys, make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys, make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it